really seems like you need to be, enjoying what you're doing and really having that enthusiasm. And that's something to think about. I'll mention this not because it involves me, but because of the message behind it. I had a student when I used to teach ninth grade at an independent school in Chicago. And this was a Judaic studies class, and it was prophets. Now, I could probably list prophets in terms of overall enthusiasm and interest, not in the top three. Let's just say it like that. Okay? Now, this boy was in my class for 4.5 days a week, let's say. His Friday periods were shorter, and the schedule was more tight because of the Sabbath. And he came to our school for a year, freshman year, and then he left because he had come from, if you're familiar within the Jewish spectrum, there's Orthodox and Conservative and Reform, etc. He was really conservative by upbringing, had gone to such a school, an elementary school, but Chicago at the time there wasn't such a school to continue into high school. So many of the graduates came to us, which was modern Orthodox, many went on to public school, etc. I believe for his sophomore year, such a school was founded. I knew it was around then, and he transferred out of our school to go to that one. I did not see him then for 3 years. And I saw him again at the graduation of his former classmates. Meaning to say, my students were now seniors. When they graduated, they had a program, and he attended as their friend and as their former classmate. And so he said to me at the time that as a senior, he was asked to write about, I don't know if it was about a teacher or just an adult. And he said that he had written about me. Now, I was pretty surprised by that, because I was an adult that I guess either made an imprint on you, something like this. And I said, in my mind, I said, I barely knew the boy, because he was in my class, like I said, for a relatively short period, and then he was no longer there. I said, why did you write about me? He said, because when you were teaching, you were always having fun. That's what he said. Made me feel good. But more importantly, it's a lesson for all of us as educators. Sometimes the job can be so, what's the word I'm looking for? It could put us down. There's people complaining, teachers are griping, students are not behaving, things are not what we want it to be. And we have that Pollyannic sense of what it should look like, and the reality often tells a different story. But if we can maintain our enthusiasm, if we can maintain our energy, if we can continue to smile through the challenges, then not only will we be more memorable as a person, but you never know what kind of impact you make. There are a lot of people that go into education probably for one of two reasons. Either because they had a great teacher, or because they had a lot of lousy teachers. And they want to make a difference in the field, that kind of thing. But the more that we can make that connection, the more that we hope to create not only great citizens, but hopefully people who will give back, to our society. So that's a nice thing.